Hello, welcome to the live stream. After hours of everything going wrong, I'm finally up and running, and I have a little baby here to take care of. It's fun, it's all fun. So welcome to the stream. Let me start off by saying everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. My streaming software kept crashing my computer. My trade copier wasn't copying trades to all my accounts. I was down on a few trades, and yeah, I know I'm upset too. And somehow, by some miracle, I got into a final trade, like one of my last trade, breakout trade, and currently in profit, which is upsetting in a way because I can't carry this out on all the accounts. I'm only in this trade on 3 accounts, and it's kind of irritating me because I'm copy trading all my accounts, and so now I can't copy trade all my accounts for some reason. For whatever reason, the trade copier is crapped out. I don't know. Maybe there's a update or something. I'm not sure. But as you can see, the market is pumping very nicely right now, and so we're in runners at this point. I'm sorry you didn't get to see the beginning of the trade. I was scrambling, trying to do multiple things and trading at the same time. Basically, as you can see here, we were basing between 51.94, 52.13, and then bumping up against 19. And then finally, we tested 19 at 7, rejected. Went below 13 by just a few ticks, and then actually reclaimed very strongly and broke through 19. So that's why I took the trade. It was a solid breakout trade. Normally, like I said, I usually say breakouts are not your go-to setup because they can fake out a lot. But in this case, we've been basing, like, look at how long we've been basing under this 52.19 level. Had a failed breakdown yesterday of the day session, and then just in the evening session again, just kind of like slowly drifted down, but still basing under 52.19 until overnight 2 a.m. we got another failed breakdown, but not of the yesterday low, but it was of the evening low. Got a failed breakdown, which started this nice rally upwards. So basically, plan for today, just hold the runner. Hold the runners while I try to get the rest of my life set up, figure out what the hell is going on. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse on stream or not, but I'm moving my stop up. So for context, I'm trading 2 funded accounts and 2 eval accounts. I have a total of 14 accounts, but obviously I can't trade all of them for the reasons I just mentioned. Definitely a setback. But we can get through it. So I'm gonna just trail my stop on all my accounts. Someone doesn't want me streaming today. Come here. He just needs a little TLC. Alright. So we've trailed up our 2 accounts. Trail us up a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My Replicanto copy trader went on the fritz, and it's kind of inconvenient. But I don't know if it's their fault or mine. I don't know if I just need an update or what the case is, but yeah. Oh, I don't have a stop on this one. Glad I caught that. Thank you. Alright, so now we are fully protected in all our accounts. Yep. 96, nothing. 97, nothing. 98, nothing. 99. As you can tell, I'm pretty salty. Pretty salty right now because, of course, the day we get a Mode 1 trend day, Mode 1 meaning the market either goes up in one direction or down in one direction. Mode 2 is the chop, consolidation, the sideways action, as you can see here. So this is Mode 2 price action. This is considered Mode 1 price action right here. So of course, on a day where we have Mode 1, everything basically is off the fritz. And what's up, my friend? What's up, Christian? Thank you for joining the stream, my friend. I was just ranting about how I was having a terrible time setting everything up. My OBS crashed. My trade copier was not trade copying. But ironically, I got into some winning trades. How? Don't ask me. But we're looking at some decent profit. I'm up on both of my funded accounts. I'm just gonna ride it from here at this point. This little guy is just happy to be in my arms. All things considered, honestly, things could have been much worse. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, just because I'm not able to copy all of my accounts right now, it's unfortunate, given the market's just ripping upwards. It's okay. At least I'm catching it on some other accounts, so it's not all bad. And at least OBS, so I have, on my Mac, I have two partitions. I have a Windows partition, on which I run OBS and NinjaTrader for my trade copier. And then I have my Mac partition, of course. He's learning at a young age. And then I have my Mac partition, which I have just my OBS. Obviously, no NinjaTrader because NinjaTrader is only for Windows. That's why I have a window partition in the first place. It'd be nice if NinjaTrader had a Mac version, and then I could just run Replicanto right off of my Mac. It'd be great, but I don't know if that's happening. So. Anywho's, guys, we are in some good profits right now. Basically, the day's done. I literally started streaming when everything's done. You just let the runner trail. You trail your stop on your runner. Yeah. So I guess I could recap how I got into the trade in the first place. So, again, I was looking at, ideally, I don't like to take breakout trades. Sorry, I'm coming off of a cold, but this would have been a breakout trader here. Oh my god, Michael, what did you do? Alrighty, little guy. It's okay, he's loving it. Okay, so as you can see right here, we have been basing since, let's say Thursday. We've been basing since Tuesday under this 52.19 level. Yesterday, Wednesday, we finally got a failed breakdown, and then kind of based at 52.13, still under 52.19. So as you can see, we've been under and sort of in between these two levels for the past 2 days now. That's usually a very good sign for continuation upwards, especially after you've already had a run up. So let me show you here. We had this run up on Monday, Tuesday. Oh my gosh. I don't know, somehow, does anybody know how to childproof a keyboard? So we had a run up. This was Monday/Tuesday. And then we based out, just kind of traded sideways, had a failed breakout at the 52.19 level, came back down, but never really lost below 52.09, which is good, with the exception of having this failed breakdown of 52.09/52.03 yesterday. We wicked right here at this pink uptrend line channel, and then reclaimed, and then still kind of based out for the evening session into today. And then overnight, I wouldn't call this like a quality fail breakdown for the simple fact that it didn't flush yesterday's low, but it did flush the yesterday evening low. So it did flush a prior low, and then it reclaimed 5203, 5209, and 5213, which was a major level. And then we kind of were hitting up against this 5219 level. I actually took the initial trade when we first came up to 5219, but it rejected, so then I got out. And then I noticed that price was not breaking below 5213 and trying to retest 5219. So I also got back in when we were trying to retest 5219, because at that point, there's not enough aggressive sellers to drop the price below 13 and back down to 9 and 3. Had we lost these two supports, I would have expected that we flushed, we would have flushed lower, maybe again failed breakdown and flushed yesterday's low and reclaimed. But because we never lost these two and actually were very, we were holding 5213 pretty well and hitting up against 19 again, that's when I decided to get back into the trade, with the probability that this is potentially going to break out, given that, again, we've been basing under it for the past 2 days. So basing underneath a level is a good sign that if the market tries to test it again, that we will break through. So hence, that's why I got into these trades, and now we're up. So then the market just kept going up. Like I said, I get in with 2 contracts. So I got in with 2 contracts here at the 52.1975 level. I got out 1 contract at 52.24. And then I have 1 contract on. I just trailed my stop loss to break even after I took that 1 contract off. And then as the market continued to go higher, I am now just trailing my stop up above my entry. So now I'm in profit. And if we reverse, and I'm stopped out at I'm stopped out in profit. So that's the trade plan all day, every day, no deviations. Try to keep greed and FOMO at bay. Hopefully someone's learning something out there. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back. I think little one wants to go to sleep. That's why he's been kind of cranky today. He usually wants us to hold him, but sometimes you just can't hold him all the time. You gotta learn to let him fly. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I missed a big gold move, Brev. Yeah, man. You gotta catch gold. Gold is interesting. I gotta setting up alerts is actually not super hard, and on TradingView they're super easy. If you go to your chart, click this plus sign, you can say add alert on whatever level it is you want to add an alert on. So if you're waiting for gold to get to a specific level, you can set an alert on that, and it should alert you. I keep my phone on silent sometimes, so sometimes I don't really get alerted. So I have to like make sure either my phone's not on silent or I don't know, make sure that the volume's up or something. So yeah, I'm Christian, you should but I need it to ping my phone. It should ping your phone. If you set the alert, it should ping your phone. Or it should make some sort of sound. I remember it making a sound for me or whatever, so I think it shouldn't be different for you, so especially since we both have iPhones, so. Be right back. So I think every new trader should at least have two set of time frames that they look at, for a micro time frame and a macro time frame. What do I mean by that? So your macro time frame, this is generally your time frames of like a weekly chart, a daily chart, 4 hour. Their time frames, I would say, above like 30 minutes to an hour. Those are macro time frames. And what they help show you is the broad trend for what's happening. So if you're looking at, let's take a look. Let's take example of the S&P, for example. So if I switch to the 4 hour chart, again, this is more of a macro, higher time frame. I get a feel for what the market is actually doing. So we have been downtrending, and this is actually a bull flag. It's, it's, if I zoom out to the, let's just go to the daily. Ooh, that's not the daily. That's 1 minute. There we go. I'll be there. Hold on. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff on here. But basically, this is the daily chart, and as you can see, we've been in an uptrend, and then we've had a little bit of a, not a little bit, but I would say a decent correction. And now we're kind of going back up, so that's on the daily. So then if we look at that on the 4 hour, actually, sorry, let's go back to the daily because I want to show you the bull flag. So the big bull flag that I was showing you on the 4 hour, this is it right here. This channel, I don't have a bunch of channels and stuff, but this is it right here. This is the bull flag that I was looking at. When you look at it on the 4 hour, you can see more clearly. It's a downtrending red channel right here. But now, what has happened? So yeah, we've been downtrending. We had a, okay, can you be patient? Can you be patient, Habibi? Can you be patient? Okay, hold on a second. Working overtime today, folks. I know, yeah, there's a lot of lines. But basically what I want to draw, so this is the 4 hour chart. This gives me my macro structure. So we've been in a downtrend from May all the way up until, honestly, last week, or this past week, honestly. So there's a downtrend. Now we're like starting to go up. There's this blue line, this uptrending line that we've tested, I think, like 6 times or so, and now we're coming upwards. So yes, in the grand scheme of things, we've been going up for the majority of the year. We've corrected the past month, but we're slowly coming out of the correction. So what does that tell me? It tells me I don't necessarily want to be looking for shorts now, because the macro trend, from what it looks like to me, is going upwards. So that's your 4 hour. Now you go into the 15 minute, and this is where you actually, take your trades and like you do what you need to do. But yes, there's so many lines. And honestly, as a day trader, you're going to have a lot of lines. The markets are mainly controlled by algorithms now, and algorithms move in algorithmic ways. So there's going to be a ton of lines, ton of things you have to look at, ton of structures. It all comes with the territory. Again, I mean, me personally, I couldn't have come up with all these lines by myself. So like I said, I do have a mentor, but I don't take his trades. He teaches people how to trade. He teaches them solid concepts that you need to know as a trader. Not only technical analysis, but psychologically too. You have to learn how to control FOMO. You have to learn how to control greed. You have to learn how to not overtrade. That's another big thing. So slowly I'm learning this little by little, trying to take my base hits and take my piece and get out of the market. That's really the aim of the game. It's take your piece, get your, like, wait for your A+ setup, take the setup, take your piece, get out. At this point, for the most part, I am out. Now again, 2 contracts, you're like, 2 contracts is nothing, that's blah blah blah. For some people, that's, it's not worth it. And that's what I thought too. I thought, okay, 2 contracts is not worth it, I need more, I need 10, 15, whatever. You end up blowing accounts very easily. I've done it many times. There's many people who've done it. Having large contract size does not give you more money. Okay, I'll just say it that way. Like, if you trade with large contract before you've trained your psychology, or before you've had a strategy and, like, gotten good about, like, the psychological aspect of trading, you're gonna blow accounts 100%. Why? Most trades people get in, initially there's some drawdown, meaning you get into a trade, the market will move against you the first few seconds or the first few minutes. So if I'm in a trade and the market does go against me for the first few minutes, but I have a high conviction that it's gonna eventually go my way, but I'm in there with 10 or 15 contracts, I'm not going to be able to hold for a point or two, because I'm either going to get liquidated. Again, I'm trading eval accounts with prop firms, so, like, that's very easy to happen. Or if you're trading a personal account, you're potentially going to lose more money than you intend, and your broker's going to liquidate you. So in either case, there's a high probability that you will get liquidated before the trade even ends up going your way. Again, these market makers know what they're doing. I'm not saying market makers are not bad, by the way. They're just doing their job, okay? They're matching buyers to sellers, taking a piece of the spread. It is what it is. We need them for the market to move. That's plain and simple. We need market makers for the market to move. That's plain and simple. The problem is, if you don't understand your psychology, if you don't understand how you're supposed to trade, and that this is not a casino. You don't just go in throwing it all and betting it all on red or black and then expecting to win. That's how you lose. You're gonna lose money that way. You get in, you have a strategy, number one. Before you get in, you have a strategy, you have areas for where you're planning on executing, okay? So I have major levels. So I'm only gonna engage with these major levels. Once I've had my strategy and I have my levels, that's when I go in and I wait. I wait and see what is the market going to do. Is it going to hit my major levels? How is it going to react at those levels? If it reacts favorably in the way that I want, then I will get into a trade. I'll get in, like I said, 2 contracts. I'll get in 1 contract at the next level up, and then once it hits that take profit on the 1 contract, I'll take my stop loss, move it to break even. I'm in a risk-free trade. I don't have to do anything else. I'm done. And then you just repeat that over and over and over for every trade. And over a large sample size, you will end up making a lot more money than if you were to take 10 or 15 contract size or lot size or whatever it is and have the market go against you by just a little bit and then you get liquidated. That's why trade copying is actually a great idea, because instead of scaling contract-wise, you're scaling account-wise, okay? If we think about contracts as like a vertical jump, like contracts, you can scale up a bunch of contracts, but again, because of the problems that I just mentioned, your intraday drawdown, you can get liquidated very easily. So that's not an option. Again, unless you're like a 5, 10, 15 second scalper and you really know what you're doing, and you know that the market's gonna at least move in your direction by, I don't know, a few ticks or a point, then that's fine. Again, in the long run, it's very risky because it's very easy to get into a trade that you're wrong about and get liquidated. Again, and you have to have your stop really, really tight on those things. Like, you have to have those trades need to be on a leash. If you're taking 10 or 15 contracts, they need to be on a tight leash because they can turn against you really quick. Like 3 or 4 points, you're done. So that's one way. The second way, instead of scaling contracts, you scale accounts. So you do what I just mentioned, not on one account, but on multiple accounts. So you're taking on less risk by doing the 2 contracts with that stop loss, but you're doing it across multiple accounts. So what you have effectively done is your base hit model or your standardized trading strategy. You have copied that across multiple accounts, and what you've actually done is opened yourself up for profit on all of those without taking on a huge amount of risk. Again, risk is always there until the trade goes your way, and then you move your stop loss to break even. At that point, there is no risk. You're just either break even or you stop in profit. So every trade is going to have risk. Every single trade you take initially is going to have risk until you take your level to level piece and you move your stop to break even. And this is the only way, in my opinion, to really be consistent and to make profit in the long run. So if I can figure out why my trade copier went on the fritz. Hoping I don't have to undo my Windows partition, but if it gets to that, I will. And then just re-download everything over again. What's a trade copier? So a trade copier is a piece of software. If you have an account or accounts, and it doesn't have to be prop firm accounts, it could be personal accounts. If you have personal accounts, prop firm accounts, accounts that you trade on, okay? Let's say you have a paper account and a real account, okay? A trade copier allows you to take a trade on one of those accounts and copy them on all the other accounts. So instead of having to flip back and forth to multiple accounts, you can trade off of one account, and any trades you make on that account get copied to all the other accounts exactly. So any profit, any loss, any moving of your stops, any moving of your take profits, all that will be copied to the other accounts. So it's a great way, like I said, it's a great way to scale. Yeah, exactly. It's a great way to scale if you're a profitable trader, if you're a consistent trader. It's a great way to scale up on your accounts and essentially sort of expedite the process. It's basically a shortcut, honestly, but it's a shortcut that's not without risk. There's always going to be risk. Again, if you're trading crappy and you blow that account, then you're going to blow all the other accounts. So that's why you really have to have a lot of discipline and a lot of like mental capacity to actually do this. Yeah, it is good since I have a bunch of accounts. Isn't that risky if you want to hedge? I mean, yeah, it's definitely risky. But again, the way that I hedge is I have my screen time and I have my stop losses. And if a trade is going against me and I know the trade is not working, I just get out. Most of the times, I don't even wait for my stop loss to hit. If I'm in a trade and it's clearly going against me and I see momentum behind that reverse move, I'm just gonna get out before my stop. I'll eat the loss, call it a day or whatever, or wait for the next trade. But that's how I hedge. It's like from the amount of time I spend doing this, I have a good idea of when I should get out if the trade is going against me, so I don't eat a massive loss. Yes, that loss is mirrored to all the other accounts, but again, I'm not staying in there until my stop hits, or even, or without a stop, and then have my account get blown. That's how you blow accounts. It's like you're in a trade because you think the trade is going to go a certain way, and you don't want to budge on your trade because you know it's right. You know it's gonna hit. You know blah 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 blah. You know for certain you know where the market's gonna go, which nobody does. So you keep holding. You keep holding, and you keep incurring loss after loss after loss. You keep incurring massive losses because you're so right about your trade that you know it's gonna hit where you intended it's gonna go. And then literally after an hour, hours of you in massive drawdown, it finally gets so psychologically tough for you that you exit the trade. And then once you exit the trade, your original plan starts to follow through, or follow through depending if you're shorting. So for me, if I'm ever in that situation, if I know, okay, it's turning against me right now, and it's turning against me pretty violently, I'm just gonna get out. I'm just gonna get out, and if I still think the trade is valid, I will wait and see what price is doing. If it's doing things that favor my thesis about it going in a certain spot, then I will see what it's doing, and if certain things are met, I will re-enter the trade. That's the thing, you could always re-enter a trade, okay? You should never, a lot of people say don't get married to a trade. Don't ever and getting married to a trade basically means you're so confident about the trade and you're so invested in that one trade that you don't want to let it go because you know it's right. And that is incorrect. If you're a trader, if you're a day trader in particular, you should never think like that. You should never think that the market is always going to go your way. That is not reality, and that is not trading. There have been many times where the market has gone against me, and I don't take it personally, and I get out because I'm wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. You will be wrong many times in trading. And that's the thing. It really also comes down to humility. If you know you're in a losing trade, then get out. why are you torturing yourself? Hoping that the trade is going to turn around. It's not. So, that's just my 2 cents again. And that's just how I trade it. This is what works for me. Obviously, it's not going to work for everybody. Everybody has their own style, and I respect that. And that's what trading is. Trading is the best way to express yourself, in my opinion, is by trading, because there's not one strategy. There's many strategies. There's thousands, maybe millions of strategies, to be honest with you. You could use a whole bunch of combinations of different things and come up with a strategy and it be a profitable strategy, but the key is how you manage your trades in that strategy. That's really the key. If you can manage your trades with that strategy, that's key. All right, so we're reversing. I'm pretty sure I got stopped out on. I know, it's okay. There'll be other trades. It's okay. Yeah, so I probably got stopped out on the other accounts. That's okay. That's why we do this. Oh, actually, did I get stopped out on this one? No. So this one, 18 has not gotten stopped out yet. Yeah, this one got stopped out. My main account got stopped out. 8 got stopped out. 95. Oh, I was not even in a trade on 95. The market loves to do some late day reversals. So I guess we'll just hold this one since this is the only one that hasn't stopped out yet. Let's see, 94. Is 94 in? Oh, 94 still in. Okay, sweet. So we'll just hold these 2 accounts and wait. Oh my gosh. So this may be a failed breakout of 52.24. Why 52.24? Because we got stopped out. We got to 52.33 and 52.29. I think so it looks like we tested as high. We tested as high as 52.32.75, 52.33, and then we're reversing. So again, yeah, failed breakout, because we essentially, you could also call this failed breakout of 24. Why? Because we were at this 24 level where, like, if we break down 24, then I would say this is a failed breakout of 24. Could also be a failed breakout of 29. I'm probably more inclined to say it's a failed breakout of 29, given that we got above it and then, you know, we broke above it and now we're breaking down below it. It's fine. Market, this is usually what happens in the markets. We get failed breakouts, failed breakdowns. You have to know what to expect. That's another big thing with trading. It's like, if you can at least sort of know what you're expecting or what you're getting into, I think it's going to make life a lot easier for you. I'm not expecting for the market to completely go up forever. That's why I trail my stop up, because if I don't take profits, or if I don't trail at least, and my trailing stop is not really standardized like Adam Mancini's is, but I trail my stop up, I don't know, maybe 5 points below where price is at. 5, maybe 7, 10, whatever. It just depends on the trade. Like here, it was much less because I wanted to take profit much sooner than here. So initially I had my stop at 52.24, where my entry was at 52.19. So my entry was at 52.19. My trailed stop was at 52.24. But when I saw the market coming back down and broke 29, I said, well, I don't want to wait for the market to get all the way down to 24. I'm leaving some profits on the table. So I trailed my stop up further. And where did I trail it to? I trailed it to about 52.26. So this gap right here in between these candles, and that's kind of where price is now kind of stalling a little bit. So for me, it was a good level. I got stopped out. I'm totally okay with that. I took my piece out for the day. Honestly, calling it a day at this point. I'll stay on stream for a little bit longer. I'll probably get off a little early to try to figure out my trade copier stuff and my OBS stuff, because I definitely want to have that working for future trading days. But yeah, it was needless to say. So overall, trading wise, today was a good day. Technical wise, like trying to get everything set up was absolutely terrible. Like, I was ranting in the morning. My streaming software crashed my computer. My trade copier wasn't working. Restarted like every time I opened up my live streaming software, it just turned my computer off. So that's why I had to, and that was on my Windows partition. So now I'm on my Mac partition. So obviously the trade copier doesn't work if you're not on the Windows, but even when I was on the Windows, it wasn't working. So I'll have to figure out what to do with that. But basically, that's basically it. That's all the education I have for today. Those are the only trades that I took for the day. Really, the only trade was that 52.19. I had taken a couple of other trades before the stream. Again, they were breakout trades as well. They didn't work out too well. And some trades I just took to see if the copier was working, and it was just like a $12 or $25 loss for each of those trades. But I only took like 2 or 3 of them, so it's not a big deal. And then again, that one breakout trade before stream. And then the real trade, which I wish I caught on stream, was that 52.19 like actual real breakout trade, which worked out, and I just got stopped out, as you guys saw on the stream. So yeah, definitely had some ups and downs, but yeah, the silver lining is at least I had some good trades. So I think I'm gonna call it a day for that and just do tech support for the rest of the day. Hope you guys have a good day. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I mean, if you're watching this live, then the comments here, but whatever. Alright guys, have a good day, and I will catch you probably next stream won't be until Monday. Hopefully I have everything squared away by then. All right. Stay blessed, everybody. Trade well.